How was Chris Brown able to sell 94,700 capacity stadium in South Africa? That is another thing a lot of people are really talking about, and this is really trending out on social media. We need to talk about it. How Burna Boy was still able to sell out 80,000 capacity stadium in the UK twice and became the first African artist to do that. But before we dive in, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. Alright, let's talk about Afrobeat. Afrobeat remains one of the biggest Nigerian entertainment exports. That is something I can tell you. Looking at the likes of Burna Boy, Wizkid and Davido, looking at the likes of Thames, Omale, Irasta, looking at the likes of Rema, you will get to understand that this is really true to an extent. But right now, we're talking about a lot of people breaking the global ground and breaking the global gates out there. The likes of Burna Boy has actually captivated a lot of people globally, and this guy can really sit on it and say, yes, I've done a lot for Afrobeat. And we can see that based on the testimonies we've been seeing around Burna Boy lately. Burna Boy was able to sell out 80,000 capacity stadium twice in the UK, became the first African artist to do that. And that is a big win for Afrobeat Africa and Afrobeat Nigeria at that. But these guys are really doing massive numbers out there. But somebody just came into Africa to do a massive number also. That is a person of Chris Brown in South Africa. He was able to sell out 94,700 capacity stadium in 2 hours just for December show. That is quite massive and impressive, and a lot of people are saying, how was he able to do that in 2 hours? South Africa remains one of the biggest destinations for artists, especially internationally. That is something I kind of understand. But I'm begging South Africans to always find a way to hinge their music industry on this kind of gesture they are giving to the foreign artists out there, and the support they are giving to foreign artists out there, because that is another opportunity for them to grow the music industry. Chris Brown was able to sell out this ticket in 2 hours after a campaign. That is really massive. That is really interesting. Let me tell you possible causes for that to happen in South Africa that we need to actually understand big time at a time like this. Somehow, some people are beginning to say South Africa should be called the musical hub of Africa. Yes, they got the infrastructure, they got a lot of things about all of this. But Nigeria remains one of the biggest markets of music in Africa, and we have to acknowledge that and see that from a dynamic point of view. Why was Chris Brown able to sell out 94,000 capacity stadium in 2 hours in South Africa? Yes, South African economy is one of the biggest economy in Africa, and when you check their per capita income, it is a bit fair compared to the countries like Nigeria and Ghana. That is something you need to also understand about these kind of things, and a lot of people are testifying to the fact. And you have to understand that when Chris Brown actually tried to penetrate Africa, he came through Nigeria, working with the likes of Wizkid, working with the likes of Davido. That is really paying off for him right now, and he's got the acceptance of Africa. Chris Brown will be in that stadium with the likes of Davido, having the support of Davido, because these guys have actually worked on several projects together. That is something I still believe about the whole thing. What are your own takes about the story? I want you to put in the comment section what you feel about all of this. Talking about Grammy nominations come October 8th, that is next month on 8th, we're going to be having a lot of African artists being mentioned and nominated at different categories. That is something I believe about that. A lot of people are now rooting for their faith at a time, saying the likes of Burna Boy is getting getting a nomination, saying that the likes of Davido may get a nomination. Also, we have the likes of Thames getting a nomination, Irasta also getting nomination. We have Ashake getting nomination from Nigeria, and we got the likes of Tyler also getting nomination. What about the East Africa? We have Diamond Platinos. Are they ready to get nominations at the Grammys? That is the question many people are really raising right now, and this is all interesting and so loud at the time. I think we need to actually understand that Grammy remains one of our biggest platforms that we measure our music with, but somehow we need to be careful about all of this. Chasing Western validation too much may really impact and affect our music industry negatively. That is something I keep saying from time to time. So we can see strengthen our own institutions and our own platforms, and then beef up the legal framework that protects the music industry in Africa. That is also an opportunity for us to really look at a time like this. That is an interesting thing. Somehow, a lot of people are saying that Afrobeat has come to stay in Nigeria, while we have Amapiano in South Africa. We have the Azonto in the Ghana, but Ghana music industry is still struggling. What is actually wrong? At the time, they came out to complain about the hardship not making a lot of people to stream Ghana music industry because of the cost of data. That is a cheap excuse to me. I think they need to restructure their music industry and put it right so that the likes of Sarkodie and a lot of others can really have a chunk of their market. They tried organizing Play Ghana policy, which was targeted at Nigeria at that time, but that was not really helpful because it's going to affect them globally. That is something I believe. At Afro Nation, Coachella, they were really impacted on because of that Play Ghana policy. They need to understand that they have to open up their music industry so that major international players can come in with their money, their content, and their business into it. Because we should democratize the music industry. That is the best way to go, not really trying to gag the music industry and make a lot of people just feel afraid about the whole thing. Music is now business. That is what we need to treat music as. When you come down to Nigeria, you will understand that a lot of Nigerian artists, producers, music executives, they are really treating music as business in Nigeria, and that has actually helped for a lot of people, and they have accomplished a lot of things as a result of this. Nigeria remains one of the biggest music hub in Africa, and we need to understand it from that point of view. According to statistics, according to record, they said Nigerian music industry is termed to worth about $14 billion in 2025, and that is really massive to an extent. I think we still need some major players to come in with adequate infrastructure, like building theaters, arenas and the rest, and also building world-class studios, and also kind of improving the music quality we hear in Nigeria. When you check the music quality from Nigeria, you will get to understand that we are competing globally based on some certain standards we are maintaining right now. Before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos, and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. I love you guys. Keep supporting Afrobeat blog across social media platforms.